All right, guys. Well, welcome to tonight's Living Your Ideal Life presentation. My name is Casey, and I am going to be your host tonight. And I am going to talk specifically about an incredible opportunity with Isagenix. You can always go to isagenixearnings.com to check that out. I'm going to share my story and just some really incredible statistics on how I went from being a night shift nurse, working in sick care, I call it, punching a clock, having really no control over my schedule. Saw my husband opposite schedule. He was active duty military, to being able to completely replace the nursing income. I replaced my husband's income, really more than quadrupled that, and have just really learned the value of creating an asset in your life versus just, working to make a living. So that's really what I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about. So thanks for checking us out, for those of you who are live and those of you catching the recording. So I just want to ask you, if you could change anything about your life, and let's say just the next 90 days, what would it be? Maybe, because that's always going to carry forward, right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? Same thing with any goals that we have in our life, but if we can break it down. So in the next 90 days, what's an area? Most people that I work with, it falls into a couple categories. Some area in their health. They just want to feel better. They want more energy. It is either, weight loss, or they want to up their performance. They just, again, they just want to feel good. They want to live out of their healthiest body. Also money. People that either they're looking to create additional income, they're looking to get out of debt, they're looking to change their financial blueprint. So those are really two areas that, gosh, we live in this ample world of opportunity. So why are those two areas things that people struggle with so much? And that's really what it is that I get to do, is to assist people in those areas. So I want to talk to you guys. So keep that, whatever yours was for you. Maybe it's better relationships. Maybe it's more time. Whatever it is for you, hold on to that. Now, let's talk about financial success versus financial freedom too. So I think people think, okay, financial success, I have the cars, I have the house, I have, the bling. If that's what drives you, rock it out. Go for it. The house, the cars, the bling, awesome. But I want to talk about financial freedom. And financial freedom isn't just because, you can start making a lot more money, but what happens if you're spending more money? Well, then you're still in that same, rat race that I can call it, right? But what is financial freedom? It's where you're being able to have choice and time and spend time with those you love. Again, you've created an asset, so you have this passive flow of income, and you have these rich relationships with people that you're building with. So that's really a big key difference that I want to make sure that we're understanding and grasping, is because I do not believe that money will make you happy. However, I do know that I have been broke and I have had money and there's a lot more ease and peace in life with those two shifts. But again, it's not just about, making more and buying more and spending more. It's about really learning financial opportunity to allow you to have that freedom. And so something that I love just about network marketing as a whole, I'm definitely biased to Isagenix. I think it's the greatest company in network marketing, but just as a whole network marketing, you can have a great product experience. You really are, building this network of people who are consuming products that you're passionate about. So the community is one of the big things, but to talk about an education entrepreneurship, you guys, I was a nurse. I didn't have any education on business, anything like that, on money. I was credit cards, used those, racked up debt. I used to pay interest to people versus earning interest. And network marketing has taught me all of that. If you are unsure about this industry, check out the Business of the 21st Century. You can YouTube this. It's a very short audio. But, being open is something that's very important. I believe the most costly thing in life that we can do is be closed. And so Rich Dad Poor Dad, he is the best-selling finance book of all time. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Neither one of these are network marketing specific books, but it talks about the power of building network marketing, and to where they believe it, right? These brilliant people on just wealth, they believe this to be like the greatest industry to start your entrepreneurship in, or to carry it out through. So this is me when I started Isagenix. I came in, I had an incredible product experience, and this was my house, half of it. I call it a duplex. My feet used to burn on space heaters. This was my desk, my office. This is my husband, active duty military. And you guys, I don't know about you, but are you personally, or do you know anybody personally who feels like they're always working or working harder and they're just over broke? To where we've signed up for 40 hours a week for 40 years to then retire on 40% of what we struggle to live on. And that's what I think people think is normal. But it's just because they haven't looked outside outside of the box into what else is out there. You know, I just got back from traveling Europe for a month and a half, and I was still earning income. I did do some work while I was there, but a lot of time I spent, you know, just doing my soul pilgrimage that I was on. And so what allowed me to do that and what allows me to work from anywhere is having a multi-billion-dollar company back me up, and being able to create that leverage. And then I have, you know, I have 10 kids. I have some kids that I don't have up here that I have sponsored, but I'm able to change 10 people's lives around the world, because when you earn more, you guys, you can give more. And, you know, I think this whole idea of, I know at least for me, I had to change my story around money. I used to think, oh, you know, if you're really wealthy, like people that are good people, you guys, we have to all come together and make a pact to get as wealthy as we can so we can show up in the world in really big ways. And so when you have an opportunity to assist people with wellness, and wellness is every area of somebody's life. It's from physical, absolutely financial is a form of wellness too, spiritual, relational, your community, all of those areas are what create the whole person. And so I'm going to ask you a question. Would you rather a penny today or $1 million? And that penny is going to do a fun thing. It's going to double. So it's going to go 1 cent, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, $1.28. So on day 8, it's $1.28. And it's going to repeat that pattern for 30 days, but then it stops, or $1 million right now. So one thing that you could change within 90 days. And which one do you want? A penny that doubles or $1 million? So when we think about wealth, I want to talk about in terms of time. And it really hit me when I was in an accident and I was bedridden for a while. You guys, I was still earning, you know, 20, 30, sometimes $40,000 months, because of the residual asset that I had built in Isagenix. If I was dependent upon my nursing income of going to work to punch a clock to earn money, I would have been in trouble. So if you think about expenses, right? Let's say that you have $4,000 a month in expenses, and you were going to stop getting paid right now. How long would you have wealth for if you had savings of $12,000? Well, 3 months, right? That's how long your wealth would be. And so when we understand what residual income is and passive income, that it's greater than our monthly expenses, that's why the wealthy are always going to be getting wealthier, is because they're playing in residual and passive income structures. And it is my truest belief that if you really understood residual income, if you really could conceptualize it, that you would absolutely rock through a brick wall to get it. And I want to ask you, how long would it take you to accumulate $24,000 in the bank right now from your excess income at the end of the month? Most people are struggling to get by towards the end of the month, right? But how long would it take you in savings to get 24,000? How long would it take you to get at 48,000? 72,000? I mean, some people think you cannot even picture that, right? Most people. Now, too, and banks are not doing this, but if you did have $24,000 in saving and a bank was paying you 5% interest on that, that would be an extra $100 that you would get a month. $100 on $24,000, that who knows how long it took you to accumulate that, right? So what I love doing is showing people how to have the equivalent of 24,000, 120,000, $1.2 million in the bank with what this income opportunity is. Because truly with our residual income, I know so many people that earn $100 to $10,000 a month in what it is that we do, right? And so that is so powerful. How long would it take you to get an extra $10,000, $1,500 working overtime at your current job? So Isagenix, we are 17 years of consistent growth. We're family owned. We have no operational debt. And when I think about, you know, network marketing and partnering with a company, there's a few key factors that I'm going to look at. And so the ownership. So Kathy Coover was an associate just like me. So she knows exactly what it's like to build the field. She went with 3 companies. She built them up. The companies all let her down. So she was really heartbroken. So when she came out of retirement, because she saw what this product was with John Anderson, he was heartbroken, just from the nutrition world and nutraceuticals. He would make a great product. They'd put fillers and, you know, dilute it and everything. So Jim Coover took struggling companies to billion-dollar companies. So you have this trifecta that came together to do it right, from the, you know, consumer, from the no compromise of the wellness product, to the person who knows what it's like to be an associate and in the field, and to the man who knows compensation plans. And if it's not right for the customer, it's not right for Isagenix. If it's not right for the associate, it's not right for Isagenix. And so all of those things are so powerful. And that's what makes up the financial opportunity. And you have this, you know, a $7 billion company with all of this experience, all these tools, websites. I mean, it's just incredible that you have. And the only thing that I did to start a business venture with this incredible company is I started purchasing some of food. So I took money that I was already spending and I reallocated it. Also, I want to think about the product and timing. People are really looking for better health. They're praying for, solutions. How many people do you know that suffer from gut health? They're gluten-free. They're looking for more plant-based nutrition. All of these things, we are meeting the need of the consumer, and timing is perfect. Anybody do Amazon shopping, online shopping, right? And our food has forever changed, right? So, think about that. These people are wearing masks to spray food. The shelf life, about 6 months that foods need to last that long. So think about the things that are being added to that to have their shelf life so long. You would need to eat, well over, about a dozen oranges to get to what one orange used to have. You would have to eat about 50 cups of spinach to have what one cup used to have. So we're not getting the nutrition, which is why we want to supplement with high quality. And then think about like your trends too, right? So $672 billion for the weight loss. People are praying for it. My sister, she's released over 120 pounds. I know far more than that. She was texting me all our clothes are falling off. People are praying. They're on their hands and knees for a solution with weight. Then we think about the fitness industry. That's over 75 billion just from gyms alone. You think about all the purchases that people are making, and they're looking for higher quality, and people are getting educated. And so they're looking for great nutrition. Again, a lot of the plant-based. You guys, baby boomers, that's massive. 1 out of every $2 is spent on, on wealth, right? So, but talk about anti-aging. 285 billion. That was from 2013. And I do believe that it has exceeded that. So that's just incredible. And then you think about, money and work is usually the biggest factor in a marriage. And they say that an extra $500 can save people's marriages a month. So, how many people do you know that are suffering? There's so many people that are going for food assistance. Debt is skyrocketing. You guys, oh my gosh, not only get me started on student loan catastrophe that's happening. Healthcare is rising, people's health's declining, and taxes are at a record high. When you have a home-based business, taxes are another benefit massively. And so I encourage you, if you have a home-based business, realize that you can actually create income through taxes as well. And so those are all the reasons why I partnered with Isagenix. And if you think here, we're in 14 markets. You have this, my gosh, 50 plus full-time scientists behind you, backing you up. We have a legacy foundation where we have done over $600,000 to 16 nonprofits. We're consistently for 11 consecutive years on Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies in America. We had a look at it. 2017, we actually went to Congress and we had an impact of $1.6 billion in gross domestic product. You guys, this is a very real business and we are changing so many people's lives. And all of this right here backs you up. So, if you think that normal is getting dressed to go for clothes that you buy for work, driving through traffic in a car, probably that you're still paying for, probably interest in order to get through a job that you need to pay for all of those things so you can leave your house empty all day, that I'm sure you're paying interest on and not earning interest. That is a status quo that I say like bucket. And this is something, if you look at the very bottom, where network marketing can be a dynamite vehicle for wealth. It only works if we do. You guys, this is not a get in, get rich quick. If you're looking for a get in, get rich quick, do nothing, this is not for you. If you're open to a potential of starting something in your extreme spare time and then gradually increasing it, then this can be for you. And it says that where $20,000 to $50,000 per month is not uncommon in this industry. That is not a common income. I know for nurses that I work with, and I know for teachers. This is a book, The 4-Year Career, that I read when I started my journey. And 4 years later, I was sitting in the Cayman Islands and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm right on the cover of this book. So you guys, this is how we shift from financial success to financial freedom. It's these quadrants. So when I was a nurse, I would go to work and I would get paid $21 an hour and I'd punch a clock. Now, if I didn't go to work, I didn't get paid. I had 2 weeks of paid vacation and sick leave, right? Now, when you're self-employed and you have a business, then you have to be your best employee and you always have to have your doors open. And again, that's kind of linear income. Now, 95% of the wealth is owned by 5% of the population, while 95% of the population has 5% of the wealth. It's just because they're on different quadrants. So business owners that are in the big business category is that they own a system, right? And so it can operate with or without them. Then once you take that excess income, now you're putting it into investments. Now, investments work completely without you, right? So a true investment, you put money in, that pays you regardless of you putting in any effort whatsoever. But how do we get income to start putting it in investments? So linear income or leveraged and residual income? I don't know about you guys, but I want to be on that right side of the quadrant. So again, linear is exchanging time for money, hourly wages, salary, or commissions. Self-employed, you guys, that's just, I know some self-employed people and they are just ran ragged. And then leveraged income is, again, where you are multiplying your time and your income. And then you're creating the system, and then residual income, you create something once and you're paid time and time on it again. So think about a musician, an actor, right? You think about an author, then every time that book is sold, they wrote the book, but then every time it's sold, they create income, right? So that is the big, big, big difference. So love it. And then passive income just keeps paying on you on your investment. All right. So what if there is an industry, right, that allows the everyday person the ability to participate on that right side of the quadrant? Hello, we have it. We meet the need. And so when you think about leverage, I just want you guys to conceptualize this, is one person for 8 hours a day for 5 days a week. That's 40 hours that you're working, right? Now take 10 people doing just 1.5 hours for 5 days a week. That's 75 hours that can be produced. So now you have 10 people just doing a little bit, right, but producing more. Now 20 people doing 1.5 hours for 5 days a week, 150 hours. So I want to ask you, would you rather earn 1% off of 1,000 people's efforts or 100% off your sole effort? Hopefully you chose the 1% off of 1,000 people versus 100% off your sole effort, right? So the max amount that you can do if you were working 40 hours a week for 5 days a week, the max you could do is 120 hours in a work week. So how this opportunity works is we eat the food. So I take money that I was already spending and reallocate it. And then I'm a consumer. Now I also have the ability, now I can share it with other people who want to be consumers. That's about 85%. And then I have people who want to share it. And then I have people who want to eat for free. And then I have people who want to create a little bit of extra income. And then I have people who want to create full-time incomes. So that is literally how this works. And again, that's what allows for that exponential growth, because you're being paid on reoccurring product, right? And so some few benefits are time flexibility, the ability to work from anywhere. You guys, does anybody not eat food? This is minimal startup cost. Really, it's no startup cost because you're using money that you're already spending and you're putting it towards better nutrition that's addressing some of those issues of nutritional depletion and toxicity that's in our food. And ease and convenience, and it's delicious and you just want to feel good, right? You're going to get an empowering culture, and you're going to be really, you lock arms with people who are really incentivized to train and support and help. But even if you didn't have that, the company does it. So that's what's incredible too. And network marketing is all about lifting people up. So the only way that I have success in my organization is when I help other people become successful. And I think that that's what's so beautiful about this business model. And, you know, if you think about what are so many things that I spend on recurring purchases, well, you can see all of these things on here, but honestly, what's more important than your nutrition for your health? And what's, you know, what do you spend more on? Maybe taxes, right? But food is going to be, right? It's your most consumable thing that you're doing, which is why I'm in the food business. So, you know, I just want you guys to picture this. Because we don't get paid on levels in Isagenix, we don't flush volume, for those of you that have been in network marketing before. But if you're thinking of, okay, 8 hours for 5 days a week, that's 250 work days a year, right? And I'm factoring in 2 weeks off. Now, that's 2,000 hours of work. Okay. Now 100 people doing 1 hour a day, right? 250 work days a year. That's 25,000 hours a year. You guys, that would take you 12.5 years. So when you saw that picture of, like, you know, people lifting people up, well, you share with 2 people, then they share with 2 people, they share with 2 people, they help 2 people, they help 2 people. You far exceeded what you can do on your sole effort. Right? I mean, that's 12.5 years, what 100 people doing 1 hour a day can do in 1 year. Now, 500 people, right, for an hour a day for 250 work days. You guys, that's 62.5 years that it would take you to achieve that same production level. And so, you know, and what's so great in Isagenix too is, you know, I know when I sponsor somebody, then when I sponsor somebody after that, they get to leverage me as well too. And so how many people do you know are doing side hustles, right? eBay, Uber, Airbnb, but this is left side quadrant because you sell something once or you give a ride once and then boom, no more. right? You rent out Airbnb once, but then you're not paid residually on that. And so that is taking these side incomes and it's creating this whole difference so we can get on that right side of the quadrant. And an idea is, let's say, okay, Uber gives you $10 for every person that you share, the Uber ride with for their first ride. But again, that's linear. But if it was residual, not only would you get that $10 credit the first time, you would get, an additional percentage every single time they had a ride after. Now that is what's up. And that's what our compensation plan does. So, again, I hope this is making sense and how it's even possible to create, six figures in this organization. It's because you're leveraging so many things and you're doing more than what you could do off of your sole effort. And that's the power of it. So, if you really want to think about what do I do to create this leverage in my life? Well, then what if you then also earn a percentage off of the people that you shared Uber with, that then next time they shared it, and then the next time that those people shared it, right? So that is a leverage model plus the residual model, and that's powerful. So if you think about direct sales, which I even think we're part of the DSN, Direct Selling Association, but I think that we're even way more than that, because in direct sales, you buy a product up front, you turn around and resell it. A lot of network marketing is based around that model. But what we're doing is we're opening up online vending machines. And then Isagenix does all the work to do the shipping, the handling, the processing, everything. We just are the bridge to help people get their customer account. But then anytime products ever move through those vending machines that Isagenix all the stocking, we get to earn either 6 or an additional 10%. Off of every single grocery product that moves through there. So that to me is absolutely amazing. And again, to start this, you don't have to be a big venture capitalist, on Shark Tank, already on the right side of the quadrant. They say, you have to make money to make money. You have to have money to make money. Well, if you eat, you can start this. And not only you're going to give yourself just health. And so, do you know anybody who doesn't eat, you guys? Anybody who couldn't benefit from, just better health, or they want to increase their health? They're into athletics. They're performance-based, right? People that are looking for weight loss, healthy aging, they just need convenience, or they're tired of doing all these meal preps, or they're looking for more plant options. People that want to pay off debt. They want no debt. People that want more choices. They want a richer life in so many areas. They want to travel. They have this passion, this charity that they want to fund. All of those things take money. Sponsoring all of those children takes money. Traveling Europe for 1.5 months takes money, right? But I wouldn't have been able to do that on a nursing income. But because our investment, do you know anybody who doesn't spend $150 on food a month? I'll say 180 with tax and shipping for states that don't have tax-free food. That's my overhead. So I was already spending that, and I reallocate it. And now that has allowed me to create a multiple 6-figure income, because as a nurse, I was arithmetic and now I'm geometric. And so I just shifted my spending, all these things that are already being spent, online, people are buying these things too. Again, just started spending it with Isagenix. From supplements, I do essential oils, there's skincare. I mean, there's everything, right? But food to me, it's so consumable. I was talking to my husband today, and I just eat Isagenix throughout the day. Everybody that I know does. And there's so many products that you use, and it's like, man, these products are so consumable. Isagenix will pay us daily. For that linear income. If we open up somebody with one of our larger systems, they pay us weekly. That's the 6% of purchases that you're paid for based on your entire organization. We either bank it or we are paid it. And then there's a monthly that if you're in the leadership pools too, that they pay out as well. And so back to this question about a penny that doubles for 30 days or only $1 million, right? One time. You guys, that penny comes to over $5 million. And this compensation plan is no different, in my opinion, because we don't get paid on levels, but it is about that compounding geometric progression over time. But on day 15, if you're not understanding, and you think it's supposed to be get rich quick, then it's like, man, I should have taken $1 million. I'm not even at $200 and it's 15 days in, but oh my gosh, like what happens down the road? And so that's something to really think about. And, it's a really way to transform your life completely. So, I'm not going to get into the details of the Isagenix compensation plan, but I just want to give you an idea. So just like that penny, right? Let's say that you helped 4 people get started, and all of those people were doing our minimum purchases to be able to, play in this organization of the residual income, not just a customer, but they really wanted to, create an income. And those 4 people, Well, now those 4 people educate 4 people and help them. Well, now you have 16. Well, 16 now help 4 people. Now you have 64. 64 now help 4 people. Now you have 256. So now you have a total of 340 people from just you helping the original 4 people, right? And let's pretend you did nothing past that and that kept replicating. Well, again, our 100 points is about $150 a month. And again, that unlocks the 6% comp plan. And so you think about like that would be $51,000 of groceries moving through your vending machine. Well, 6% of that, you guys, is $2,000 a month in residual income. Do you remember that, like that sheet that showed? We'll go back and look at that. But hello, well, now you take it a step further, right? So maybe somebody's in year 3 and they did that, right? It took them 3 years to educate 4 people that start, circling down. Well, now you have $200,000 of products moving through the organization, right? 6% of that is over $8,000 a month in residual income. Take it a step further, right? I'm not going to get into the full detail of the comp plan, but this is just to really understand what geometric progression is. So if you have this, right, that's over $800,000 a month in residual income, in products moving through your vending machines, right? That would be lovely. But 6% of that, you guys, is $32,000 a month in residual income. And it's because, you were paid time and time again. It's turning that leverage income from a bonus to helping somebody get their online help, which is honestly a gift. It's like when I think of like, who am I going to gift today? Like you're not selling something. You're gifting somebody with the opportunity to impact their health and to change their life financially by helping other people with their health and finances. It to me is the greatest gift ever. And, when you think about like, what am I worth? Like school teachers, nurses, like that was it. There's so many people that we have in our organization that are all of these backgrounds. Some people do this part-time. Some people do turn it into full-time. Other people just want side income. But we have people that have absolutely matched these incomes and that are earning this with Isagenix. And, I think it's really cool that I earn more than the President of the United States. I don't know. It's pretty awesome. At least in that job, right? But you guys, look at this one again. Right? Remember that? How long would it take you? So if you could get your income to $5,000 a month in residual income, that would be the equivalent of having $1.2 million in savings paying you at a 5% interest. And banks do not pay that, I promise. So I hope that opens your eyes to what this is. I highly encourage you to get back with whoever invited you to view this information. If you are brand new to it, start with eating the food, right? Everybody starts with the customer. Plug into the systems that are set up for your success. And oh my gosh, just really start getting clear on what your goals are and where you want to go with this. And, we have incredible business trainings. We have incredible product groups, and just check it out. And in 30 days, if somebody is not completely satisfied with their experience, then they get their money back. What investment do you know that would do that? Like if you took out a $25,000 loan to go open up a small business, right? And in 30 days, could you close that? What? Right? Well, in Isagenix, you can get started anywhere from $6 a day to $20 a day with our incredible nutrition and our systems, right? So you get to start with that. And again, in 30 days, if you're not satisfied, get your money back. What if you put $25,000 in an investment and that investment didn't work out? You think in 30 days you can get that money out of the investment? No investments I've ever done have done that for me. But with Isagenix, we don't just, promise. We guarantee results for you that you will love these products or your money back. And I'm telling you, when you love these products, you will feel morally obligated to share it with people. And the financial opportunity is just as much as a product as the nutrition is, because people are suffering financially. They're suffering with no time. They're suffering with not owning their lives. And so when you can combine it all together, it is such a beautiful thing. So I just want to thank everybody for joining tonight's presentation. And I hope you learned something, and just get back with whoever invited you. And happy holidays. So 'tis the season to be grateful. I am so grateful. Every season, every day is to be grateful, but I'm so grateful for Isagenix. I'm so grateful for what it's done for my health. I'm so grateful for just this community. I'm so grateful for Jim and Kathy Coover, who said yes to John Anderson, even though they had lost faith a little bit in this industry. And when they came out of retirement, they came out to be the ambassadors for network marketing. I'm so, so thankful that we are a privately owned company, that we don't have levels, that we do not flush volume. I'm so, so, so thankful. And I'm so thankful for just the most incredible team that anybody could ever ask for, that people that really want to change people's lives. So, all right, guys, I'm so thankful to myself for saying yes and being open. Oh my goodness, I'd still be punching a clock. So, all right, bye guys.